All right, so I'm back on the abandoned tracks in Ossipee. This is the stretch of tracks I was on a few weeks ago where I saw the deer. If you remember, right about there is where I saw the deer. And I didn't really go any farther than that. So I wanted to just come out and do a little walking. It's really nice, clear, sunny day. So I wanted to go a little farther. Now on the satellite, at some point here, it says private trail. Now I don't know if there's actual signage here, but obviously if there is, I'll respect that. Because I don't know the exact point where it becomes private, and I don't know if that still stands today. Because if it was private, you'd think they'd have it posted or a gate or something, I don't know. But yeah, we'll just walk up here a little ways. You can see up here, it looks like there's a little bit of sand on the tracks. This is where I saw the deer. So she, I think it was a doe actually. Good sized deer though. From the distance, I couldn't tell if it had antlers or not. My vision isn't great. So yeah, I remember the sand here. Yeah, because you can see there are some prints in there. So that deer kind of dashed into the woods. Right up here. And again, I hope there is at least signage so I know exactly where I'm not supposed to be. I guess I could have just measured the distance, but I didn't. So yeah, this pile of sand, I do recall, and a deer jumped into the brush right about there. So I'll go a little ways here and see if this is posted or something. The thing I do find interesting is normally you'll see posted signs on either side in the other places I've been, but I haven't seen any. I've seen date nails, of course. 1950, another one 1950. I collected some that were just laying there, so 54. And again, 54 is probably the most recent. That seems to be repeated over and over. So, oh, what do we got here? Wow, there's an old structure right here. It just looks like plywood. Didn't expect to see that. So this would have been some kind of a platform loading dock or something, I guess. Yeah. Oh wow. I don't see any signs. And like I've repeated over and over, if there's nothing saying I can't, then I will. Let me go check that out. That's a massive, massive structure. All right, so I hopped up. It's probably 4 feet high. A huge, huge concrete platform. I'll go up to here and see if there's I can see the edge of it. It just runs right into the ground kind of level here. Sand pit. So this might have been just an active pit. But look at the building. Look at the post. Roof caved in. Just all plywood sheathing all around it, but it was built with like telephone poles, like posts. Wow. So the train was just stopped here in the middle of nowhere. Appears to be in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it appears to be more modern, whatever that means. Someone put graffiti on the roofing shingles. It's just not much to see, really. It's just a hollow building. The roof caved in. I mean, more modern materials. So this isn't like, you know, all that old. Old enough. So here is asphalt. Interesting. This would have been a stop for something, and it might have had something to do, obviously, with the sand pit. That's what you see all around here. It's this area, sand pits. This is where, well, not these tracks, but the newer tracks is where the New Hampshire North Coast runs, and they haul for Boston sand and gravel. So that's really what you're going to see a lot, guys. Sand pits. But yeah, this one's inactive now. That's kind of cool. Yeah, let's see what we can find out over here. Yeah, it's just basically an abandoned sand pit. Some markers in the ground here. There's the building right there. I think I saw like you can see where that once was an opening. That might have been access to the road. Some really old beams here. So there was some kind of structure with maybe a chute or something like that here, like you'd see in like a mining site. It's big old bolts, huge beams. Wow. And again, I don't see any signs, so I'm supposed to be here or not. Yeah. They saw me, you tell me. I'm about 1.6 miles in, so I don't think I'm at the point where it's on the satellite where it says private. But I'm not going to go much farther because there's something else I wanted to see today. I just wanted to stop off here. So yeah, there's definitely kind of some kind of structure here. Wow, that's very cool. All right, yeah, that was definitely unexpected. I'll go a little farther here. I'm just shocked by the lack of signage out here. Again, I don't think I'm far enough down to where it could be private. I was hoping it would at least say something. It'd be interesting to see if I can find any more structures. It looks like there's a pile of something up here. Over here, it's just, you know, there's just nothing here. Some down trees. Something like that. All that kind of thing you normally see. Maybe I'll just go up to that bend right there and I'll come back. You can hear a pin drop out here. So there wasn't a structure here, it's just some rocks. I think there's a post down there or something. Like I said, I'll go through that bend and see what's going on over there. Like a big stone culvert here. I don't know if I can walk down there. Some of these, few of them, very few of them, but some of these are dated. Just kind of cool to see. I don't want to see anything I don't want to see. Yeah, look at that. Nice. All right, so I am approaching a post and some stuff scattered around here. Some old rails. Now, I've seen these before up around Polly's Crossing, and I haven't identified them. I know a couple of people commented that they were curious structures. I don't know exactly what they were for. Even researching, I have no idea. So there's a couple rails just laying here. Now, this is what I'm wondering. Since those rails are laying there, right next to these, were those rails placed on that for some reason? And if so, why would a short run of rails, and that's what I normally would see is 1, 2, 3 of these spaced apart. What would be the reasoning for the rails to be set on there if there were? Because now it's odd for me to see the rails laying with these structures. I'm not really sure if that makes sense to anyone. I'm just kind of putting the pieces together here. And I think at some point they do say this is private because it's one of the more modern North Coast tracks goes off of here. Obviously someone's been up here because they were stacking some bricks. And that's another curious thing, actual bricks with concrete, which means there's some kind of structure out here. So I am seeing bricks scattered here. I'm wondering if there was some kind of a small building station or something here. Who knows? But I did find that interesting. Could have been something right out here or just right here, because you see a lot of stuff growing in, and this is just kind of bare, sort of. But there are stumps in there and stuff, so. From here, look at. Maybe it was right here. There was some kind of a building. I can actually hear the plant down there. I can hear equipment running. Which is probably why you're not supposed to go so far into here. All right, so I'm in like 2 miles or so. Like I said, I got to the bend here, and I mean, again, looking at the map, satellite saying private trail at a certain point. I think that was a few miles in. It's just a little discouraging that there's no actual signage out here. Because, I will respect. I saw you guys posted signs all the time, rail trails or abandoned tracks, whatever, and I'm not going to cross. I just find it odd because there's nothing here. There's no gate. Who would be going there to begin with? Nowhere to go. Kind of weird. Definitely quite an elevation here. I'll just walk up here a little bit. There's some gunshots. They're coming after me now. All right, let's see. A bunch of ties just thrown over here. Let's see where this elevates. Probably a pretty good sized culvert in there. Because there's a little wet here and there, but for the most part this is dry. I don't hear any water. Yeah, I think I can see something up here. Yep, definitely some marsh. Dead trees. Looks like there's a more modern culvert in here. You see those rocks? Concrete. Yep. Definitely more modern structure. No, I don't know how modern, but it's, it's not just stones. Well, actually, some of it is right there. It's concrete here, And then big piece of granite right there. So just kind of built around it, kind of beefed it up a bit. Not seeing any more date nails at this point. Yeah, just a little creek running through here. Cool. So I think I'm gonna head back. This is farther than I wanted to go. Wasn't planning on doing this like a lot of my videos. Kind of unplanned. I was headed somewhere. I got a little distracted and wanted to come back here. But let me go to that other spot. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Well, this was my destination today. This old abandoned B&M train station. Really in rough shape. Hopefully, they'll be restoring it. There are some posted signs on the building itself. I don't know if I can't be in this parking lot or just can't be inside it or near it, but the land itself isn't posted. I just wanted to show this to you. Boy, it's gonna need a lot of work. Chimney looks good. Those are pretty modern. Modern doors, so somebody's been doing something to it, so hopefully they'll have the funding to continue. So yeah, this is where I was planning on going before I got distracted and ended up walking down the tracks, but I'm glad I did because I got to see some cool things along the way that I wasn't really planning on seeing. That's always good when something's unexpected like that. But yeah, it looks to me like they've already started doing some work, obviously, when you look at the roof, the chimneys. So yeah, well, maybe someday it'll be restored fully back to its original kind of look. You've seen a bunch of them around. Some of them are museums, like the Union Station. There's one I think in Fremont that's also a museum. I've seen one in Barrington that is now a little coffee shop. So it looks really nice. I mean, as long as it's being used, it has to be maintained. So that's a good thing. Whatever you're going to use it for. I guess it's always a good thing rather than letting it just continue to fall apart. All right, I'm signing off now from Ossipee, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon.